We'll start off with GPOA questions. For both, how were you able to realize your party's GPOA, this term or 1718, express GPOA completion in percentage, and how will you ensure that your plans for the next term will materialize? 1718. How were you able to realize your party's GPOA 1718 term, express GPOA completion in percentage, and how will you ensure that your plans for the next term will materialize?
Alright, so for RISE, for our GPOA last year was Empowered Engineering, and our flagship project for that was in mental health. And I do believe that we're able to start that campaign well, headed by Jason Fernandez. And although we haven't really reached the maximum, we have started, and that's what we will continue in the next term. And then next is the Engineering Policy Commission, and that was we were able to accomplish this also, especially in terms of the issues of the organizations and their tambayans, and we were able to forward that to the administration. And then next, last is the Engineering in Action, wherein we were able to provide extra arm to the ball course.
Okay, so para sa mental health. So ayun nga, na-head nga ni Jason Fernandez ngayon yung mental health awareness campaign. But syempre, we could do more. Syempre, nagsimula tayo dun sa ED, pati na rin sa Be a Body program dun sa ESL. Second is Our Voice, so headed by our own External Affairs Counselor, Jerome Fee. So ayan, nagkaroon tayo ng Lakbayan UPD, no? Tapos meron din tayong Environment Watch na nilaunch yan together with Christian Nagano. And then for last, empowerment. So ito, ayun, since nagkaroon na ng engineering initiative ngayon, maraming na-open na headship sa kanila. Pero marami pang kailangan improve.
Okay, to both. In your GPOAs, task force will be formed. Discuss your plans regarding the task force formation, saan manggagaling yung members, and paano nyo sila i-empower, at ano yung magiging structure.
So ayun, if first by task force, we mean the research arm. So ayun, ma-utilize natin engineering initiative. We plan on having 3 committees. One is for publicity, second is for publications. Doon pupunta yung writers pool. Engineering Digest, Impulse, doon lahat ng writers natin mapupunta. And then lastly, yung ating education research team from the EI. So ayun, in partnership with the ESL mismo, no. So pati na rin sa pagtap ng unaffiliated students. Kaya natin ma-form yung task force natin para syempre mas-smoke ang engineering.
For our GPOA naman this year, we need 2 task forces for the engineer the downfall and engineer the solution. For first, engineer the downfall, we're going to utilize also the engineering initiative because we want to empower students, not just giving them tasks, but also give them the opportunity na makilahok sa ating mga laban, hindi lamang sa loob ng universidad, kundi sa labas din ng universidad. And next is the engineering the solutions, kung saan we will incorporate it to all the department and institutes, and hindi lamang engineering initiative ating i-invite, kundi bawat worker and bawat estudyante and constituents natin sa bawat department and institute, because we want to address a community solution using our engineering skills and technical capabilities. Thank you!
Okay, to both parties again. Given that the council currently has 3 major events, 1 major campaign, and a lot of department events, how feasible are proposed campaigns?
So I think this is very feasible enough because I came from a term, an engineering student council, where we focus 70% of our work is on the department and institute, 20% for the committee, and 10% for the events. And as someone who has that kind of perspective na in ESC, yun yung baon-baon ko this year because during our time, we were able to downscale different events into something na hindi lang siya inclusive for the organizations. We were able to open it to even unaffiliated during NWeek. And apart from that, yung experience ko during the engineering student council that time, na focus, lubog yung ating mga department institute representatives sa kanilang mga department, ay hindi gusto natin i-instill sa ating mga susunod na department and institute representatives.
Ayun, no, so I think this is very feasible kasi unang-una sa lahat, hindi nag-iisa ang ESC dito sa laban na to. Kasama natin ang engineering students, doon papasok ang ating engineering initiative. So bukod doon, I think kaya-kaya itong gawin kasi as your former engineering opening week overall head, natuto tayo mag-delegate ng task. Kahit sobrang rami man ito, kahit jam-pack to, O-week, naging O-month nga eh. Pero nagawa pa rin natin. As ngayon, maraming nababawas sa council, pero marami pa rin yung trabaho. Kaya-kaya yan with good guidance, good leadership, and syempre, constant communication sa ating department representatives. Thank you.
So, to both parties again, what is the biggest problem of engineering and how do you plan to address it in your GPOA?
So first of all, I don't see it as a problem, but actually a major improvement. So ayun, our vision for this term is increased involvement for unified engineering. So what does this mean? So with the Engineering in Motion, our flagship project under movement, so ayun, ini-aim talaga natin na mag-gather, maging mas unified ang engineering. It's gonna be better because with our mass movements, kaya natin paigtingin ang stands, kaya natin paigtingin ang tindig ng bawat engineering student, hindi lang sa ating campaigns, issues, pati na rin sa ating services to each other. Thank you.
So this year, no, we don't, over the past years, ESC has been championing the for and by the students. Pero ngayong taon, nakikita na natin yung agwat sa engineering at ESC at ng engineering students. Minsan naging it's ESC against the students. When in fact, and it should be ESC with the students. And yun yung gusto namin i-address this year, na lahat, ang ESC dapat ay kasama yung estudyante sa paglaban sa kung ano mang gusto natin gawin sa buhay. So this year, we have to engineer the solutions, engineer the downfall, and engineer the equality, kung saan lahat kayong engineering students ay kayang makipag-participate sa amin upang labanan ang mga different issues na gusto nating isolve sa labas at loob ng universidad.
Christian. Hannah.
Kanina na sinabi mo yung 70, 20, and 10. So 70% sa networks. Pero nung last ESC Grilling, na tinanong ko ano yung tatanggalin na project, ang sinabi nyo ay grad dinner. If that's the vision na gusto nyo gawin for the next term, bakit grad dinner yung gusto nyo tanggalin?
I think hindi just because we want to remove the grad dinner, tinatanggalan namin yung opportunity yung mga constituents namin na magkaroon or enjoy yung kanilang grad bash. Kasi yung gusto namin gawin ay we need to empower our department and institute representatives kung saan wala mang grad dinner sa kanilang specific DepRep or institute, pero i-incorporate natin lahat ng mga constituents sila na makasali sa grad bash ng Inhinyero. Because yun yung gusto namin gawin. We will also want to incorporate those unsubscribers of Inhinyero na maka-join sa grad bash nila. Kasi despite being not subscriber, gusto pa rin namin nila ma-enjoy yung kanilang grad bash. So yun. Sa amin pala yun. Sorry. Thank you.
Ready.
Follow up doon sa grad bash. Kasi, for example, dito sa IE, kaya kami nagkakaroon ng grad dinner, it's in cooperation talaga with our IE Alumni Association, wherein doon na rin nagaganap yung induction as alumni members. And the Alumni Association is willing na makipag-partner naman with us in providing us resources talaga. So, I just think na parang mahirap for us na tanggalan yung grad dinner. So, ano yung masasayin mo ba?
I think... Hello. And so, first of all, I think I would just like to clarify that this is just an initial plan. I mean, it's not like a final plan because, of course, once we get inside the council, we have to hear out each and every member of the council, each of the department representatives, as to what events could be downscaled. So this is just an initial thought, but this is not a thing that we'll surely push for because, of course, we also consider the uniqueness of the culture of each of the departments.
Okay, for Prime, in your project, Engineering in Motion, you've mentioned of board. So, anong board yung sinasabi nyo? Saan yung info na meron board sa college? At hindi ba yung representatives ng students ay yung ESC na mismo?
As you could see, di ba, sa website about College Executive Board, so that is composed of the Dean, the College Sec. So no, wala doon yung student representation na tinatawag natin. Ito yung magiging similar na parang formation with the Board of Regents, kung saan may student regent. So I think isa tong malaking action na maipush to. Katulad na ngayon, halimbawa sa GE reform, biglang walang say yung students, kundi yung department chairs nila. But being the ESC chairperson, no, kayang-kaya natin i-represent yung voice ng students, kaya natin magbigay ng vote. And syempre, pag-usapan na natin to with the dean, ADSA, colleagues, and the others ng executive, other parts ng executive board.
Follow up lang, with the curriculum revision, not really GE reform, nagkaroon ng consultation in the department GAs.
Yes.
So, I don't think it's consultative. And may I know, ano yung respond nila Dean with these representation in the executive board?
Actually, so ayun no, hindi lahat ng meeting ng college executive boards ay patungkol sa student policies. But when kapag student policies na yung pinag-uusapan, yes, G na G ng ating dean, ang ating college sec, ang ating ADSA. Napag-usapan ito with the ESC. Syempre, as your ESC chairperson, our main goal is to represent talaga yung students, yung boses natin, yung tindig natin. Thank you.
Questions?
Gusto ko lang din itanong, kasi sinabi, sinabi before na gusto nyo i-inform yung students about martial law history. But history is very subjective. So, paano nyo ma-ensure na yung ilalabas nyo ay totoo talaga?
I think with regards to the history, no, we can actually incorporate our engineering discipline into this. Kasi maraming kiniklaim during martial law, yung mga atrocities ni Marcos na ito daw yung golden era niya because dahil nga nagpagawa siya ng ganitong mga tulay or yung kung ano pa mga highways. Pero in fact, we can fact check everything, not just with our professors within the engineering, but also we can tap it with the professors in the Department of History of UP Diliman. Because one of my professors, in fact, in Kasaysayan 1, I have a contact with her and then I opened up this kind of also, and she's very supportive. Kasi during our time na nag-discuss kami ng ganun, he wants a student movement na manguna sa ganitong proyekto.
Okay, Jerome.
Correct me if I'm wrong, pero sa UPRIs, yung plan nyo lang na nito for Exte is parang yung partnership with other ESCs sa other colleges. So, engineering student councils. Do you have any plans para sa college since napansin mo lang is nationwide or palabas yung target? However, maraming problema within the college in terms of being apathetic. And although ilapit mo na yung lakbayan, say for example, dito wala pa rin pupunta. So, any plans about that?
So, I would like to reiterate lang na hindi lang yung engineer the downfall yung very external sa amin, kundi even the engineer the solutions. Because we aim to address different community solutions also that can using our engineering skills. So with regards to that, no, example for the PUV modernization that our country is facing right now, so we can address that by using our engineering skills. So we can tap our ME students and IE students for them to give ano ba yung tama ba talagang design sa isang jeepney na yung efficient pero mura na hindi naapektuhan yung mga jeepney drivers natin. Kasi yun yung gusto natin eh. We aim for innovations pero hindi dapat nasa sakripisyo yung mga chopper.
Okay, last question for Prime. For the engineering support group, you've mentioned of hiring licensed psychologists.
Not hiring, actually with the help of licensed psychologists. Not hiring, sorry. Sige, continue your question.
Okay, so the question is, saan kayo magsusource ng psychologists or professionals for this project? And if ever, kasi yun nga, inisip ko, we need papasweldo sila and all.
Actually, no, so hindi tayo mag-hire ng psychologist. So along with the plan, College of Engineering Student Wellness Office, no, meron tayong magkakaroon ng office with the OCG and volunteers. So itong psychologist, hindi natin sila i-hire, but more of parang yung ED na naganap ngayon for mental health. But instead, it will be the Be a Body program of the OCG. So along with professional psychologists, tutulungan nila ang ating students to be better bodies sa ating engineering students. So as where tayo makakuha ng psychologist, meron tayo si Dr. Violeta mismo, pati si Ma'am Dali sa OCG. And then of course, meron din tayong local hospitals. Actually, katulad nung sa primer na ni-release, maraming hotlines doon at locations na pwede natin pagpunan ng psychologist. Thank you.
Okay, that's it for the GPOA questions. Now,